Hey guys, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their chart. It's important to know these areas before you buy any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy or sell. And also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options trading, you're definitely going to want to get familiar with support and resistance. And just to let you know, I'm not a financial expert. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. I also provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use that to start an account and you'll get 2 free stocks. I also provided a link for Robinhood. You could use that and start an account. You'll get 1 free stock. And just to let you know, we will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation for a video, leave a comment below and I will try to get to it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. Okay, so let's get into what's going on today. Today is August 7th, 2021, and you can see it is Saturday, so the market is closed, but the S&P 500 finished the day up 0.17% yesterday. The Dow finished the week up 0.44% yesterday, and the NASDAQ was red on the day, finishing the week red, down 0.38%. Okay, so, mixed signals in the market this week. We'll see what next week brings. Hopefully it's another green week here. All right, so let's get into what I wanted to talk about today. Today I wanted to go over Dogecoin. I've never covered Dogecoin's chart before, so this will be the first time going over it. And today, Dogecoin is currently trading at 24 cents. It is up 2 cents on the day, which is the equivalent of about 12.5%, a little more than 12.5% today. It's up. In the past week, it is up around 17%, so a very good week for Dogecoin. The past month, it's up about 4.5% so far. In the past 3 months, it's down 58.8% still. So this stock, or this crypto, however, has dropped a lot in the past 3 months, but over the past year, it's still up over 6,600%, okay? That's 6,600 and around 80% so far in the past year. And you could see, on Webull here, they just started with Dogecoin back in February. So we don't have much to go back on our chart here on Webull. That's what the software I'm using. But you could see, right before the big run-up, this was trading at a low of around 4 cents, and it was even lower before that. It was around 2 cents before it started running up really big here. You could see this thing went from around 4 cents here back at the end of February, ran up to all the way around almost to 75 cents up here, and this was in the beginning of May here. You could see it hit a high of 74 cents, and that was on May 7th of 2021, so just a couple months ago here. But right after hitting those all-time highs, you could see the big red candle next to that big green one. That's a big sell-off that happened. So you lost a lot on this day, which was, the day after hitting those all-time highs. You see it tried to run up and test that again. Couldn't, got rejected, and that's when the selling started for this. And it was no surprise. By looking at the chart here, you could see no consolidation on the way up here, just a lot of green candles going straight up. You had a little bit of consolidation in this area around the 30-cent area, but nothing really crazy going up. So it was no surprise that it was going to sell off and come back down eventually. A lot of people got caught here at the top, not wanting to sell or take profits, thinking it was going to go all the way up to $1, but it topped out around 75 cents. And we all know that that was the week that Elon Musk was on Saturday Night Live, and that was the big run-up till then, and then after that it started selling off. So you could see we had our first support area, which was around 44 cents here. It did drop down to that level. It consolidated a little bit in that area, but the selling pressure was just too high, and it continued to sell off here as it didn't have any more catalyst to run the price up, so the only way it could go was down, and we fell down to our strong support here, which was around 30 cents. You could see that that was a nice support area. That's where we had a little bit of consolidation on the way up. Not much though, but it looked like it was going to hold around that 30 cents area as it held there for a while here up until about the middle of June, when it dropped below there, dropping to our next support area, which was around 16 cents, where it finally bottomed out. You could see it hit right here on these 2 days in a row, and then ultimately it just sold off slowly all the way down to that area around 16 cents before making a nice bounce here that we've had, in these past couple weeks since bottoming out. So just looking at our chart here, those are our support and resistance areas. I also have another support area which will be around 8 cents. If it does fall below this 16 cent area, we should expect it to drop down to around 8 cents, as that's our next support area. But it looks like it's starting on an uptrend. As I said, it did bounce off that 16 cent area. And looking at our chart here, you could see I have a green trend line drawn, and that is showing us our uptrend that we are on, that now that we finally bottomed out and we are starting on a new uptrend. That's where I drew my trend line for further analysis going forward. So we'll see if we can maintain this trend line and hold and continue to move up towards this 30 cent area, which will be our next resistance point, because that was former support area. All right, now looking at this red trend line that I have drawn here, you could see that that is our downtrend, and we've been trading inside that downtrend since around the middle of May here. All right, and every time it trades up to this red line here, the price action gets rejected. You could see that, when we were at this resistance point right here around 44 cents, where our line intersected with that, that is where the price got rejected, and it continued to follow this downtrend line all the way down to 16 cents, where we finally intersected with our support, and we bottomed out there and had a nice little bounce off of there. So now we are up around 24 cents. So that's going to be an 8 cent bounce off of our support, and we are finally out of our downtrend. As you can see, it finally broke out. It looks like on July 21st, we finally were able to close the day out above this red trend line. Let me just zoom in for you, and you can see right here, this candle is where we closed the day out above that red trend line and broke out, and that should have been, a good time for everyone to enter into this if they wanted to play the bounce on this. Now looking at our moving averages here, you could see I have my 50-day moving average, which is here in the blue, and we are currently above that after today. We are trading right above that right now. It was acting as resistance, as you could see, since around beginning of June here. All right, I also have my 21-day moving average here in the light blue, and that was also acting as resistance before we were able to break through there on July 25th right here, and we've been holding above that, so that's acting as support as we're going forward. So we have nice support with our 21-day moving average. I also have my 8-day moving average here in the white, and it looks like we're above that also, that we just got above that yesterday and today, so that should act as more support too. So everything's looking good here. We have our 50-day moving average we just broke through today, so that's going to support us going forward, and our 21-day moving average mainly. That's going to act as support going forward also, to try to push this thing up to our next resistance point around 30 cents. All right, let's take a look at our weekly chart, see what's going on this one. And here's a more clear picture of the downtrend that we were on. You could see that we have all these big red weekly candles here that were stuck underneath this red trend line, acting as our downtrend. So you could see that we finally broke out of it these past 3 weeks here, and it looks like we're on a nice little uptrend with 3 green candles in a row on our weekly chart. So that's a very good sign. Now the next thing I want to take a look at here is this 21-day moving average on our weekly chart, and you could see this is this light blue line. There's not much of it. It only goes back to around the end of June here. and that looks like it might act as resistance moving forward. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Looks like we have finally broken above our 8-day moving average on our weekly chart also. So hopefully we could finish this week out above that 8-day moving average here in the white, and that will act as support also going forward, because that looks like it's been acting as resistance since around the beginning of June here. All right, so that's about it for our weekly chart. Let me switch over to our 4-hour chart, see what's going on this one. And it looks like on our 4-hour chart, we have a 200-day moving average here in the yellow, and we are also above that on our 4-hour chart. So it looks like we just broke above that just yesterday or the day before. So it looks pretty good moving forward. I just fixed my 4-hour chart. It was a little bit messed up there, so you could see the bigger picture here. And it shows that our 200-day moving average on our 4-hour chart was acting as resistance also, as you could see how closely it follows my trend line here. So that just shows you that we just broke above that, a couple days ago here. So it looks like we're going to be maintaining above that, and that will act as support also going forward. I'm switching back over to the daily chart just for one last look for you guys, and I think I've covered pretty much everything on this chart. It looks like it's starting to uptrend here along with all the other cryptos. Again, we don't really have fundamentals to go off with these cryptocurrencies. It's pretty much just all technical analysis at this point. But, everything looks like it's trending up in the crypto world. So we'll keep an eye on this for the next, couple weeks. Make sure we can maintain. And, the next area I'll be looking at, like I said, is around this 30 cents former support area that will act as resistance moving forward. So this might be a good time to get in on this. Maybe wait for a little bit of dip and get in and ride this thing up to around 30 cents at least. And like I said, on this weekly chart, we'll have to watch that 21-day moving average here, which is sitting at around 26 cents. So that might also act as resistance moving forward, but we'll see. Okay, so switching back over to the daily chart, and that's about it. I want to thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys liked it, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. And I want to thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time on Chart Stoppers.